it's Ashley. I know I haven't posted in 10 million years, but I'm here, and so is my dog Alaska, but she's gone now. So today I'm going to be telling you guys about how I lost my dad and how I got through it and what happened throughout the whole entire process. I am going to be editing some stuff out of this video because, you know, I don't have this written down. It's not scripted, it's just coming out. So first off, whenever I was in the 3rd grade, my dad told me he had cancer. And he told me it wasn't that big of a deal, like, it's not stage 4, you know, stage 4 is the worst. And we went away for a while, or so we thought. And in the 6th grade, well, in the 5th grade, my dad got really bad pancreatic cancer. And in the 6th grade, it got to stage 4. And cancer was everywhere in his body. It wasn't just one specific cancer, it was just everywhere. And he just looked really old, and like the cancer just ate him up and everything. And it was horrible, like, just to see my dad go through that and be in pain. And so, by the way, I'm just wanting to say that I'm sharing this story with you guys because maybe there's someone out there that is going through what I went through and is looking for someone that can relate to what they're going through. So, I had a group of best friends. I'm gonna keep them anonymous because I'm pretty sure that's how they would want to be. And so their names are gonna be Seafood, Laundry, and Amnesia. And Seafood, Laundry, and Amnesia were really close to me. I repeated 3rd grade, so I didn't know them up until my 2nd time in 3rd grade. And we were really close. We hung out all the time. I was specifically close to Seafood because, I don't know, I just felt closer to her. And basically, I was close to Laundry too, but not that close to Amnesia until like 4th, 5th grade. And so in the 6th grade, whenever my dad passed, I promised Laundry that I wouldn't do anything to hurt myself. And so one day, I was really sad and I was thinking about a lot of things about my dad. And I went into the restroom and I grabbed a razor and I tried to cut myself, but I didn't because it kind of hurt and I didn't like it. So then I texted Laundry saying I'm sorry, which is something I shouldn't have done. But then again, if I didn't do all of this and if this didn't happen to me, I wouldn't be the person who I am today. And so Laundry texted me back and said, "What do you mean?" And then I panicked. And I did something really stupid. I told her, because I was sick that day, I told her that my friend Selena came over and brought me soup and crackers like a good friend would do. And she took my phone and said that. And so Laundry took a lot of things out of context, like a good friend would do. And she told Seafood. And later that night, I got a text from Seafood telling me that, like, oh, we're not good friends, or something like that, just something crazy and blown out of proportion, and they wouldn't listen to me. And the next morning it was school. I went to school the next day, and basically things just went downhill from there. And there was also another girl in that group, but I never really talked to her that much because I don't know, like I just didn't really have a good feeling about her as a friend or something, because she would kind of bully Amnesia, and so I didn't really like that. And so then Marble, we're calling her Marble, is in the situation too, which I didn't really like. And then this other girl who was next to us, not really in our friend group, her name was Gravy. And she butted in our conversation and started putting her input, and I was like, you're not in this conversation. And then they were like, no, she can be in this conversation, which kind of made me a little bit mad because they weren't listening to me, yet they would rather a stranger who's not a part of the friend group put input to what's going on. And basically what I did was kind of a cry for help, which I didn't see until, I don't know, 9th grade, like 3 years later. And I realized that they could have stayed and helped me. Instead, they left because they took one little thing out of context. That wasn't really fair to me, and I know that they could be their own person and just decide to leave me, but they left me when I needed them the most. And in 7th grade, they did, like, Amnesia and Seafood did apologize to me, but we weren't friends again. And also later in 6th grade, I told the counselor about what happened, and they were like, okay, you can eat lunch with us and we'll see how it goes. And I was like, okay. So I ate lunch with them, but I just wasn't feeling the same as I did whenever I was friends with them. And so I just left and I went to another friend group. They kind of got mad at me because of it, but I just kind of let it go. And then we weren't friends anymore. And in the 7th grade, going into 7th grade, I didn't have any friends at all. And I was really scared that I would be lonely for the rest of my middle school and high school life, which I wasn't. In the 7th grade, I met a girl named Pastry, and she helped me out. She introduced me to some of her friends, which is one of my close friends today. We're gonna call her Tree. And also that led me to just a whole entire group of new friends. But before Pastry introduced me to Tree and all of her friends, I actually met a girl named Shy. And what happened was she moved to go live with her mom. And I didn't know that for a couple of weeks, which kind of worried me. I thought that something happened to her. I didn't know. But she's fine. She doesn't live here anymore. She went to go live with her mom. That's good. And I think she's doing okay. And yeah, but going on. After she left, I didn't really have many friends, or just friends at all. So then I met Pastry, and then she introduced me to Tree and all of her friends. And also I was in choir with one of Tree's friends. Her name's Mom. We're gonna call her Mom. And she was just, she's nice, you know? And we kind of stayed close, our little friend group, until 9th grade, which is whenever, you know, high school, different groups, different sports, different dance clubs, different stuff. I went to color guard, which is where I met my best friend, with right now my best friend Lexi. And Tree, she joined Silver Wings, which is our drill team. She was the manager, and then we didn't really have that much time to hang out because drill team during the summer had different things going on, and color guard during the summer we couldn't really do that much. And on Fridays, you know, game days, football nights, I couldn't do anything, and on Saturdays we had competitions, so I couldn't really do anything either. And so Tree was a manager for Silver Wings, our drill team, like I said, and so we couldn't really hang out. So we all hung out during in the 9th grade during lunch, and that would pretty much be the only time that we had to hang out, me and Tree. And Tree actually right now, she is a actual Silver Wing instead of the manager. So in the 10th grade, you know, it's getting better, and just clearing up on my dad. Like I said before, I would not be the same person that I am today if none of that happened to me in the 6th grade. If I never lost any of my friends, I would not be the same person that I am today. But I am thankful for that, and I do miss my dad. The person that you lost doesn't just go away if that's something you're scared about. Like, if you're scared about forgetting about them, not remembering what they smelt like, not being creepy, but like just what they smelt like, what they looked like, what they sounded like. I do remember what my dad sounded like. I remember what he smelled like. I remember what he looked like. I remember everything. You just don't forget about people that you love. And if you, the person who lost someone that you love to cancer or just died from a heart attack or just something, know that you're not alone. If you need to talk to me, I'm not sure if you can message me on YouTube or not, but I do have an Instagram, and I will link that down below so you can message me if you need to. And I am here. There are people that are there with you, that are there for you, and will listen freely. Whenever my mom tried talking to me after my dad died, trying to see how I am, I pushed her away, and that's not a good thing. I bottled things up. It's like putting Mentos in a Coke and mixing them together, and it expands and then it explodes, and that's what happened to me. It wasn't a good thing. It's not good to do that. You need to just let it out. Just know that there are a lot more people out there to help you get through this than you think. Don't be like me and bottle things up and then you get so mad that you lash out on people. Do not do that. It is not healthy for you. Just know that there are people out there for you. And so this is the video I have for you guys. I hope you guys liked it. Like, share, comment, subscribe, do anything you want. It's a free country. But yeah, other than that, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day or week. And I will see you guys next time for another video. Bye.